Elon is backing out. Elon backs down for 45 million a month, says he doesn't subscribe to the cult of personality. Yeah, it's because he's a fucking charlatan and an asshole, and he literally said he's pledging 45 million, and then Trump the next day did an entire RNC speech where he said, if you drive electric vehicles, you are a homosexual. I am going to make it illegal to drive electric vehicles. No, it's because Tesla earnings report came out and is dog shit. I mean, I'm sure that's part of it, but I mean, don't you think that that plays a role? If Elon is the key man for Tesla and he's like openly pledging donations to a fucking president, a presidential candidate who's saying, I'm going to tackle the electric vehicles problem, don't you think that that would actually also hurt Tesla's stock options? Like, I don't get it. He's so fucking stupid. Genuinely one of the stupidest people. Oh my God. Guess we know where he lands on the bell curve. Ugh. Make America greater again. Dude, you're 58 years old. Why are you posting this meme? Why are you posting any memes? Go take care of your like 11 children. Speaking of his children, by the way, here, let's get to the other Elon Musk story. What a fucking freak he is. Elon Musk discusses puberty blockers and says, I lost my son due to what he calls the woke mind virus. Elon Musk went on Daily Wire and was interviewed by Jordan Peterson. This is what he had to say.
It wasn't explained to me that puberty blockers are actually just sterilization drugs. Anyway, and so I lost my son, essentially.
He's also, like, misgendering his daughter. Just a sick freak, dude. Can you imagine? I think this, like, I'm not kidding. I think this type of shit is, like, maybe somewhat appealing to, like, the most brain-broken people in the Republican Party. But this honestly is like, it's so ruthless and gross. Like, I don't think you want to be coming out and being like, I abandoned my trans daughter. Like, I literally, like, it's just demon shit. Like, you should be embarrassed.
They call it dead naming for a reason.
Yeah,
all right, so the reason it's called dead naming is because your son is dead. So my son Xavier is dead. Killed by the woke mind virus.
I'm sorry to hear.
Killed by the woke mind virus. We are an utterly unserious country filled to the brim with utterly unserious sociopaths. You have the richest man on the planet until recently. Okay? The richest man on the planet until recently, fucking with not even a shred of irony, like not even a little bit like joking, saying the woke mind virus killed my trans daughter. Talking to Jordan Peterson wearing the worst suit you've ever seen. Like, these are such ridiculous people, bro. I'm sorry. These are such unserious, ridiculous, brain-broken people. How are these people respected?
About that in relationship to sacred images.
Okay.
Okay, well, the sacred image of masculinity in the West is a crucifixion, but a man who's crucified. But the sacred image of a woman isn't a woman. The sacred image of a woman is a woman and an infant, right? It's a dyad and not a monad.
Sure.
Right. And in the Christian view, those two images, you know, they vie for supremacy, right? I mean, obviously, Christ is the superordinate image, but Mary as the mother of God is.
Sure.
the female equivalent. And so one of the things I've been playing with at an axiomatic level is the notion that unless the feminine is conceptualized as the combination of female and infant, then the culture has lost its attachment to the traditional sacred images and is probably on its way out.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. He can even fake it. I have a lot of Zennial friends that fall for this type of shit, and I think it's a bad mix of lead and online poisoning. What? What is he saying? Xavier is born gay and slightly autistic, 2 attributes that contribute to gender dysphoria. I knew that from when he was about 4 years old. He would pick out clothes for me to wear like jacket and tell me it was fabulous, as well as his love of musicals and theater, but he was not a girl. All clips from this interview are fucking insane. 80 gloriously unhinged seconds in which Jordan Peterson tries to sell Elon Musk on the carnivore diet. Dude, this interview is awesome. I kind of want to watch this fucking thing now. Every part of this is like a genuine shit show. What the fuck happened?
That, although the final thing that caused some back and shoulder injuries was me foolishly fighting the world champion sumo wrestler and charging him at him at full speed to knock him over, which I did succeed in doing, but
you paid a price for it.
A very, very high price.
Carnivore diet will fix that.
The what, sorry?
The carnivore diet will fix that.
Look, I like meat. I'm pro meat. I don't think a carnivore diet is going to fix this particular issue. I think
my wife had an injury of 40 years,
okay,
and it resolved in 2
years
on a carnivore diet.
If you just eat steak or something?
Yeah.
I mean,
all beef.
Sure. I'm a pro. I like meat, but I think this is I think I'll probably need an operation or something. But anyway.
I'd try the carnivore diet first.
Sure.
Anyways, that did happen to her.
Okay.
She couldn't lift her left arm above here. It took 40 years, and in 2 years it resolved.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was something to see. It also rejuvenated her physically in a variety of different ways that were quite miraculous to watch.
Yeah.
And that hasn't stopped. So that's a weird thing, and I would have never believed it if I hadn't seen this because it's so preposterous.
Sure.
Anyways,
okay.
I'm not going to proselytize about the carnivore diets.
Yeah.
Honestly, if Elon is your dad, you're lucky to get abandoned by him. Shitty dad, a reactionary weirdo pipeline has never been stronger. I mean, it's never gone away. It's always been there. And it will continue to be there, you know what I mean? This was the heyday of like the weird conservative guy who's like who presents himself as an intellectual is so funny.
Sure.
Why does anyone respect Jordan anymore? I could have maybe seen it 7-8 years ago, but now man has completely lost his marbles. No, he always had his marbles lost. It's just he was better at like framing himself as an intellectual. He certainly used to moderate his positions and like sometimes even say that he was a liberal, and he was very wishy-washy. One of my permanent locks, by the way, one of my oldest I told you so moments was when I would rip into Jordan Peterson and get yelled at all the fucking time. Technically, he still knows his stuff in textbooks. His personal shit is whack. Degrees, he still has his degrees. Didn't he lose one? No, didn't he lose his like teaching position actually? You have a great video going over all of his old stuff. Remember Jordan Peterson? Yeah, this was in November 2020 when he was like, I think, dying of COVID. But even before then, like I have older videos, much older videos, like when he first came in. When he first became like famous, I had a video. I don't know if I refer to it here. I might. No, it doesn't seem like it. But I have like an older video where I actually talk about his transphobia. I used to have to literally walk viewers off the ledge on Jordan Peterson 3 Arrows and myself, there was a collab that we did way back in the day. Let me see if I can find that real quick. That was another banger. HasanAbi and 3 Arrows changed Jordan Peterson fans' mind from 6 years ago at this point, not even 5. Yeah. November 30th, 2018. Where we walk him through the steps of Jordan Peterson's like Nazi rhetoric. But let's go further beyond. Oh, here, this is it.
What do you think?
Jordan Peterson is not a conservative transphobe. December 30th, 2018. I didn't misspoke. It was bait, chatters. What the fuck do you mean? I don't understand the logic. Regurgitating what others are allowed to say and believe is not equality, it's tyranny. Hasan has gotten so much better with his Peterson impression in the last 5 years. These are from 5 months ago. Watching Hasan's TYT vids reminds me of 90s news anchors. Problem is, even from a psychology perspective, this guy has no clue what he's talking about. His entire playbook is outdated. And the only reason he did so well as a self-help guy / lecturer is because of the confidence that only weird cult leaders have. Yeah. Straight up. I remember watching the Hasan YouTube video when I was like 12. Lamau, Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Ruin of the minds of the youth. One step at a time, baby. I will never stop. Feel me? I will never stop ruining the minds of the youth.
Anyways, that did happen to her.
Okay.
She couldn't lift her left arm above here. It took 40 years, and in 2 years it resolved.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was something to see. It also rejuvenated her physically in a variety of different ways that were quite miraculous to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
And that hasn't stopped.
That video collab with 3 Arrows was the first video of yours I ever saw. It changed my life's trajectory. That's crazy. That is like a thing.
So that's a weird thing, and I would have never believed it if I hadn't seen this because it's so preposterous.
Sure.
Anyways,
Okay.
I'm not going to
Okay, come on, move on.